So, and this is gonna be the end of nothing, but this is gonna be another episode of the Self-Development with Tactics fucking podcast, and it's gonna be something completely different, but more after the goddamn intro. Yeah. The thing is, just before I clicked on the start recording button, I was like, wait. I was not like, wait, but yeah, now we have a little bit more light, even. Yeah, maybe this is better. Yeah, that is obviously a little bit better. But, and just before I started the recording, I was like, what should I be doing? Should I play some chess? And because my arm is hurting a little bit from all the computer work that I had to do the past week and today and whatever, I decided to not do it because I don't want to fuck my fucking arm. It's really not good. It's just, nah, don't do that. Please don't do that. Just check your health, look after your body, watch your body, listen to your body. And if your body is saying no, then it is a fucking no. Still, like, okay, grit and discipline and whatever plays also into that, just because, like, okay, you're feeling a little bit somehow bad that you're not gonna work out. No, you're gonna fucking work out. But if your body is clearly saying, like, nah, don't do that. But the thing is, I don't know what this episode's gonna be. You know, I thought, like, should I play some chess? Should I go through an article? But the thing is, I don't feel like going through an article. I somehow feel like talking. But I don't know what to talk about. But I will see. I will actually literally see what this is gonna be. Because, well, yeah, stepping out of my comfort zone. Actually, stepping out of my comfort zone to some degree because it was actually something that I've been talking about yesterday on a podcast, and I've also been going through an article on this certain issue from James Clear, actually. Not Seth Godin, but James Clear. James Clear, you know, his website is so insanely fucking good. It is so insanely fucking good. The articles there are amazing. They just are amazing. You can learn so much from him, and they're just written gorgeously. Like, they're just amazingly written, which is, well, me admiring the writing style and whatever might be like, yeah, I get it, but no. You know, because the thing is, I've never been a great writer, you know. I've never been a great reader, you know, and I've never been those two things. Like, in school, I was always like really shit, you know, when it comes up to German writing skills or German reading skills. I was never that good, and I've actually never been reading quite a lot. Like, I've had a few books, and I've been just reading a few more books than just the regular person was reading. But and some of them were just amazingly great. They just were amazing. I'm just thinking about one book, but I just only have the German version there, and I might be linking it down in the description, hopefully, maybe, to some degree. Well, chances are there, but chances are pretty low, actually. Unless I just write it down somewhere. Should I? No, never mind. The thing is, I've had read just really, really, really enormously good books, and one of them definitely was How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I think this is gonna be just, you know, I always just have 3 top books, you know. The first one definitely is How to Win Friends and Influence People. The second one definitely also is just George Orwell's 1984. And what was also the one book that I only have in German, which is like, which I don't know what the if there's actually an English translation or not. And then there's also an audiobook, you know, a German audiobook that I've just so much liked. You know, I liked it insanely. You know, I am now just attending my internship at the time at a graphic design studio here in Austria, and I've been doing the exact same thing last year as well. Like, I think last year, a month ago or something. So it was not the exact same time, but it was the exact same. No, it was not even the month, I guess. Like, I was doing it in July, so the first 4 weeks of my holidays, and it's been like, okay, this internship is better. And the thing is, during the internship, so the first internship, I was actually listening to quite a lot of audiobooks, and I've discovered quite a few. And on Deezer, you used to be able to listen to audiobooks for free. There were quite a lot of German ones, and there were also quite some English ones. Like back in the days, I've been listening to German ones, but like because of the reason that I do not like to listen to them any longer, unfortunately there are not as much or as many audiobooks in English on Deezer for free. Even though I do just also have to say, I don't even know if there's even English or if there's even free ebooks anymore on this site. I don't know. I have checked it once, but I have somehow not found it. Like it was back in the days, it was like pretty complicated to get into the section because it was some application that was like inside of the Deezer website somehow. Like crazy, really crazy. But the thing is, I love Deezer. Deezer is amazing. It is just amazing because you can listen to music for free and you can choose your fucking music, what you are willing to fucking listen to. There is no shuffle bullshit, and there is no just you have to buy bullshit. And there is no like, okay, there's just gonna be some music bullshit. You can just listen to everything, And you can just even have your flow. And flow is like, and this is not some advertising shit, that is just my honest thought. It is like, okay, flow basically just tries to give you the music that they think you like. And I've not seen any implementation of such kind of thing in any other website or any other application that is as good as Deezer did it. Maybe it is because I've been listening through Deezer or with Deezer for like 3 years now, 2 years now, maybe even 4. I don't know. It's been quite a long time. It's been some time. It definitely has been. It is just amazing good. But the thing is, while I was just working there, I was quite often listening to audiobooks. I was also listening to Rich Dad Poor Dad actually, because it is also available for free, or it was available for free on the site. Maybe you check it, maybe you check it or maybe I check it pretty quickly to just validate it or not, because audiobooks, this is what, don't have the time to read. Nah. Deezer Talk Q&A audiobook app on Deezer. So it seems to be the case that it is still there. You can check it out through Deezer.com. I could actually show you. You know what? I'm gonna show you because I think there is now a lot of German thing. I would like to just change it into English, but I haven't found a way yet. It is also like, okay, I do not want to bother and just be there for an hour or something trying shit because it's like some waste of time. I do just have to log in now. Can I log in with my just... you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm gonna do it there. Window capture. Here. Yeah, there's now my fucking notification. That's super. Now this should be it. Yeah, this should be it. I do not know if this implementation of the screen is a little bit like fucked up or something, but you can see everything, and I think this is just what counts, I guess. So there you have just, it is in German, it pisses me on a little bit, to be honest. But there you have your audiobooks, and here on the right side you can actually scroll down and go to audiobooks, which I assume are English ones. Yeah, they are English ones. Of course, there's going to be just a lot of fiction, and there's going to be a lot of stuff that might not be just liked by you or something, or just like, I could also do it like this. Or no, it's the wrong one. There it is. I could also be doing it like this to some degree when I just switch it. I'm very sorry if it is like, it is just pretty shit here. But the thing is, I think it is fine like this. Like it's still, the aspect ratio here of the site is like really shit now, but yeah. So there you have the audiobooks, and I don't know if, no, fuck you in the ass. Fuck you. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I do just want to check, because I think this is actually you can listen to it. You can still listen to it. It's just insanely good. The chapters here are just not sorted, and I think just because with the audiobooks, there's often the case that you actually have like a shorter version of the audiobook and a longer version of the audiobook. I think this is like the shortened version of the audiobook, but I'm not quite sure. It just should be somehow in like, I don't know. I could also be doing it like this. This may be a little bit better at least. Yeah, I do think it is the shortened version, but you can have it, which is insanely good, which is really good. But it was just like the normal search. You could also search for, search. So there is like search for audiobooks and whatever. This is the audiobook for all the German-speaking people there. This is the audiobook that I've been reading and or listening to just the last time, which is actually, I don't know, 5 months ago or something. It is a really good book. It is called Ein Mann namens Ove. It is a great book from Frederick Backman, and it is great. It is pretty funny. When I'm listening to something, it is most of the time something funny or something like, I don't want to say self-help related, but it's like just non-fiction. I like non-fiction. I really like non-fiction. Let's actually see if there's some. What if I type in non-fiction? Well, I probably don't get anything. Yeah, thanks a lot. The problem there, just honestly, is that if you're searching for something, it is like, you often don't find anything. Like, I've just been searching for something, and the other one that I've been listening to is Millionaire by Tommy Yout. And it's also a good one for all those that are just German speaking and that know German. But could you just close it? Thank you. But I just want to give you some insights into what English audiobooks you can find here. Storm Sisters, House of Rain, Pride and Prejudice, Crystal Lake Folk. So there's definitely a lot of fiction, and there's definitely like a lot of books that are like, nobody actually knows them. But actually, let's see, Woodcraft, from Walter Norris, quite a few things. Then there's now a German thing, which I don't know. And there's just going to be a lot of classical things as well. Ghost stories. And something that you can actually see, and I don't know why. It's something that can I understand it? I don't know. I actually don't know if I can understand it. But the thing is, you can often see some romance shit there. Like, often the case is that you have just 700 fucking romance fucking books that are first of all pretty shit, and nobody even cares. At least I do not care. And horror, like or thrillers, whatever you call them, and there's quite a ton. Like, I'm gonna show you again. There's quite a ton. Like, there is something. It is not nothing. Still, like, I don't know. I don't know if it is like the right thing for you. I don't know if there's the right book for you. But you can listen to Rich Dad Poor Dad, which is amazing. Which is really, 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 really great. So I've been listening to audiobooks, besides my internship, and I think it's somehow solved like my problem with having just a bad internship. But I generally think to just somehow talk about the internship itself, like, I kind of believe that doing an internship or attending an internship, whatever it actually is, so I really don't know the word, I think it is actually a good thing, to also see whether you like it or not. Because if you then hate the 6 weeks or 6 months, whatever, or how long the internship actually is, if you hate the time, if you absolutely hate it, then you just know, no, this is not what I'm willing to do my whole life long. And I think it is a great thing, it really amazing thing. Just because, you just somehow can tick the things that you do not want to do, until you find the thing that you're willing to do and the thing that you just really love. The thing is, in Austria, the laws actually are like, okay, you don't have to be paid for the internships. And I also think that it is actually the case for quite a few countries. Like, you don't have to be paid for the internship, but it is pretty great if you just do. I still wouldn't just choose your internship for the money, or choose an internship like correlated to how much money you get by attending it, because it is merely about learning, I have to say. It is just really about learning and not about just making money. Because if you want to make money, go just do some shitty job where you just make a lot of money. No matter how shitty and how fucked up, and no matter how much you hate it, actually, Just do this fucking job. If you want to make the money, and if nothing is about happiness or something. But if you want to truly be happy for the rest of your fucking life, then I guess internships are actually a good thing, because it still comes up to, like, the bottom line there is just trying out shit. I think is very, very important. Because, yeah, it's important, to try out shit, because how will you actually know what you like or what you don't like without trying out shit? You will never ever fucking know without it. You won't just know it. It is what it is. I do not know what I don't like in terms of the food if I don't eat it. Like, okay, some insects, I don't know, like a lot of people think like, okay, they're just fucking weird and they do not want to eat the insects or whatsoever. But in fact, who the fuck says that they are just not tasting good, I don't know, could be the case. I really don't know. And a lot of people I think don't know. And it seems actually to be the case with oysters. I didn't know that, but Gary Vee was bringing that up. But I didn't know that. I really did not know that. So there are quite a few books. The thing that I'm seeing there is that I can't find How to Win Friends. Well, also Cash Flow, Cash Flow Quadrant from Rich Dad Poor Dad, which is like such an additional somehow story to Rich Dad Poor Dad, is also available there, or it seems to be available there. Yeah, it is also available there. But let's actually see if we can find How to Win Friends and influence people. If we can find that from Darfs. It actually seems to be available in Spanish to some degree, at least. Yeah, it is actually there. This is Dale Carnegie, as you can see there. So for all the Spanish-speaking people, there you have it. And there's one conclusion. I don't know. It actually seems to be the case that there are just a lot of people who are uploading just something, I somehow assume. So maybe you can find something. Who doesn't say that you won't be finding anything? I do not want to click on them because then it's just gonna play, obviously. But I do not hope that I actually hope that I'm not getting fucked by just showing this. No, fuck you. When I'm just getting fucked for those 2 seconds there, I'm just gonna fuck you all. Just gonna be insane because I kind of assume that it could actually be the case. But yeah. I'm actually just looking up the book that I meant there, which is called Nicht weit vom Stamm by Oliver Uschmann. It is just an amazing book, but I somehow feel like that there is no English version, unfortunately, because it is actually a pretty good book, with quite a great story, which is like a really from rags to riches story. It is just amazing. It really is an amazing story and a funny story. Like, it totally just has my humor in terms of it being just very, 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 like, I do just want to say dark, but it is no way dark. It is like pretty a lot of swear words. This actually somehow summarizes my humor quite good. Even though it just sounds so stupid somehow, but it is actually the case. I kind of find swearing and just, I don't know, fucking around with that shit just pretty funny. Might be the reason why I'm doing it as well. Like, I guess so, at least. I really guess so. But yeah, is there something else that I could show you just because I'm just being here with the tab open and with Chrome and Google and everything? I don't know. But books are good, to just also get into this kind of conversation. Books are good, I really do not want to say that books are not good. The thing is, books are, I do have to say books are okay. Books are as okay as just all the other mediums are, because a book is merely a medium of information, or a medium that could just give you quite some information. The thing there is, what I like about books is that they can give you a very, very broad overview of a topic, which means like, okay, if you Google for trees, you're going to find some articles on trees, of course. But the thing is, often when I'm Googling something, then it is actually a very, very specific thing. If you're buying yourself a book on a certain topic, probabilities are pretty high that the author is also going to talk about something that is just somehow in the field of, let's say, trees, but it is like, okay, this used to be a tree and this is just whatever. So I kind of feel like books can give you a very broad overview about things, maybe also because of their length or their just, I don't know, their ability to do so. Maybe the internet is just not, able to do so. Probabilities are also there, just because if you find an article that is just very a broad overview or is giving you a very broad overview, then you have the exact same thing, like, of course. But I kind of see and believe that it is like just often happening with books. This is what I just want to spread. But and also something that Gary was actually talking about is that books are relatively cheap. Like a lot of people get a lot from just a $12 or €12 investment, which is insane. Like, how to Win Friends and Influence People is just like, I don't know, I think it is actually below $10 or something. Like, it is insane, for the value that you're getting. It still depends on how you use the book and how much you use out of the book. Like, of course, you can buy yourself just 500 books, but if you, first of all, don't read them, or if you don't use the information that you're getting through them, then, well, just the investment is like zero ROI or negative ROI. It is like, the return of investment is like, pretty much zero. And, I guess, if you buy yourself a book, you should first of all read it, and second of all, just also act on the information, At least I think that way. This is what I believe, this is what I think. This is what you should be doing with books. But the thing is, if you don't like to read, which definitely is the case for some people, then just do something different, like use YouTube, or use Google, use podcasts, use audiobooks, use whatever medium there is or whatever way of consuming information or consuming literature as well, consuming articles as well, whatever it is. Just do what is best for you, Don't do the shit that people suggest you to do, even though I do just also have to say that often suggestions make sense. It is what it is. But I guess this is actually going to be the end of the episode. And there might be actually a third episode today, because this is actually the second one and it is only 11 a.m. Therefore, it's like, I could do more. I could actually do more. But I want to have my outro, please. Thank you. I wish you the best health, happiness, and also success. And I also hope that you're going to remind yourself on how you gonna be remembered. The thing is, we totally can shape our legacy. Even though I do just really also have to say that no matter how nice and no matter how generous and no matter how something you are, there's still gonna be someone that doesn't like you, because it is what it is. Like, can't do something about it. And I do want you to just think about your purpose on life or purpose on this planet. Why are you here? What are you changing, or what are you trying to change? And what are you willing to change? What pisses you off so much that you actually want to change it? Good questions, good questions to ask yourself and to think about. But with that being said, I see you the next time. Thank you very much for listening. I appreciate it deeply, fucking deeply. And I see you. I really do. Hopefully. I really hope that I'm going to see you. By the way, subscribe to the podcast if you want. If you do not want to just miss out on some information, valuable information, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to see me talking or something. I see you. Thanks.